the hosts and guests only. In no way do they represent the views, positions, or opinions expressed or implied of WGSO 990 AM or North Shore Radio, LLC.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up.
It's time to join Clay and Huck for 1 hour of educational news and conversation. They will discuss the current events that you are not going to hear on the mainstream media. The left wants to silence our free speech and take away our liberties. Clay and Huck want to open up the lines of communication and allow you, our listeners, to speak about what America wants. Call Clay and Huck for open discussions at 504-556-9696, or you can reach them at libertyorlockdown.live. Now let's go live and direct to Clay and Huck for Liberty or Lockdown.
Welcome to Liberty or Lockdown. I'm back. I'm Clay.
And I'm Huck.
And I'm Dave.
Actually, Huck is out today. She is not feeling too well. She's under the weather. So we have Lou Nolans filling in for Huck.
Man, do I feel better? I thought Huck got kind of ugly, you know.
She's gonna shoot you, Dave.
No,
you're talking about me.
I mean him.
That was in reference to me.
Oh, okay. So it's great to have you guys here today, and it's good to be back another week. And I missed you guys last week not being on the air. I was out of town. I'm actually going to be back out of town again this week. I came in just to do the show, and I'm leaving right out to head back to Gonzales. I'm doing a show out there this weekend. So, but it's great to have you guys here, and we're going to get right to business because we have a lot to cover. We actually have a special guest coming on. We have Benny Grunch in the bunch on. So, Benny Grunch, hey, how you doing, Benny?
Hey, Clay, where you at?
Here at the studio, and just here to chilling out, and we thought we opened today with something relaxing instead of doing something so serious, even though we're going to get into the business of news a little bit later into the show. But we got Benny Grunch here, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his new song.
That's right. The new song is called K&B Stayed Open Christmas. I'm always thinking about what else can I do? What else can I say? Is there anything left? And I thought, well, yeah, you know, K&B is, you know, in that Santa's reindeer used to live right here and ain't there no more. But I didn't really detail K&B. So this one really details K&B. It talks about all the merchandise. It talks specifically about nearly all of the ice cream flavors. It talks about the magazine aisle. And it does say, K&B stayed open Christmas and all day on New Year's.
That's pretty cool. Let's actually, we're going to listen to it real quick. We're going to play it, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about it.
Great.
Let's let the song roll.
Yeah.
KB was open Christmas. KB was open Christmas. KB was open Christmas and all day on New Year's. KB was open Christmas. KB was open Christmas. KB was open Christmas and all day on New Year's. Medicines of all description for any condition. Pick up Mama's prescription, and we're not done. Get your sweeties, Funny Valentine, and Mogan David grape wine. That'll get her every time. Ice cream, I want. Cherry, vanilla, peach, chocolate, marshmallow. King Creole cream and vanilla praline. Butter, pecan, berry, Napoleon. Fudge, Ripple, Rocky Road. Oh, it's all gone. Aftershave for Pop's chin, fizzy stuff to soak his teeth in. Don't forget his K&B gin and a large tube of Gleam. Face creams for the whole night, roll-ons to make you smell right, pantyhose to hold the skin tight. Look, magazines TV guide home and gardens with modern romance. Foreign cars, field and stream, learn how to dance. Crosswords and comics, Tweety Pie and Sylvester. Study electronics, there's a TV tube tester. Nectar soda for a nickel, King Burger with a pickle that made your tongue tickle. Let's go upstairs. Downtown, the Canal Store sold cameras on the third floor. Penny scale by the front door. Got my harmonica with me. Purple register at checkout, your receipt and purple printout. Purple matches for your cookout, can't miss employees. Purple socks, purple laces, Mardi Gras Day, purple faces. Purplest of all places was old KNB. KB was open Christmas. KB was open Christmas and all day on New Year's.
All right. So, Benny, tell us a little bit more about what made you write the song. And let's talk a little bit about the COVID days and what's going on and how that's affecting you as a artist, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, the song came about because I was just running out of stuff to write about. But 26 Yat songs now. And then what can I write about K&B? So I thought, well, I can write some real details and some real technical stuff about K&B. And of course, the most obvious thing is purple. And then the second most obvious thing is ice cream.
Yeah, Benny.
Famous K&B ice cream. And then as far as COVID goes and music, in Orleans Parish, and in Jefferson Parish, live entertainment is illegal during the COVID lockdown, though some places with special permit and license can have outdoor entertainment sometimes. I played last night. Last night I was in Covington at the Covington Trailhead from 7 till 9:30, and it was tremendous. It was great. Like everybody there just showed up because they're not getting any live entertainment.
Exactly.
And we did all of our hit songs. They expected me to do Silent Night very seriously, but Kathy Savoy sings it as a second line, a soft, beautiful second line. We did that. The whole place was second lining around the block and singing Silent Night with us.
Boy, that's awesome.
Yeah. Benny, this is Dave.
Yeah.
One thing that you don't know about, I used to work at IBM back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and I had to fix the typewriters at K&B. They had all of their IBM Selectric typewriters custom painted purple all throughout their office.
Well, I knew they had a lot of purple office equipment because when my CDs used to be at K&B in the olden days, I would go over to the building. I don't know if you know him, but my boss was Chris Michelle with marketing. Anyway, yeah, they had purple business equipment inside K&B, as well, of course, as the purple registers and everything else in the store.
Well, that's pretty cool because I remember K&B, and of course I'm 42. I'm the youngest out of the group here, and I do slightly remember K&B. I mean, K&B's
Cats and Beagles.
Cats and Beagles, yeah, Cats and Best Of. But
that's correct.
But
Cats and Best Of.
It's been about 20 years since the last K&B, kind of 20-25 years.
97, I think it was when they closed up.
Yeah, when they shut up. So I do remember somewhat of Cats and Best Of or K&B.
Well, you told me your age, so I'm going to tell you my age. It's not that old, but I am 75. I graduated from St. Aloysius in 1963.
Well, you're still young. So, quick question here: where are you going to be playing at next? If anybody wants to follow you, and how can listeners?
I'm not supposed to say so because they asked me don't say anything. Here we go. I'm going to tell you now. Mandeville Trailhead, Saturday, December 19th On my schedule, it says 3 p.m. We're going to start at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Mandeville Trailhead. That's not Covington Trailhead. It's the Mandeville Trailhead. We did Covington last night.
Okay.
Mandeville Trailhead, Saturday, December 19th. And we're going to start at 10 a.m. because of the COVID. And we'll probably play about 3 hours over there. But don't tell anybody.
We
I'm
won't.
saying it on radio, but don't tell anybody.
No problem. Well, and how, if they want to go to your website or listen to music, how can they get to your music?
Yeah, easy. It's BennyGrunch.net. It's not any fancy schmancy.com. We don't put on no airs. It's BennyGrunch.net. You'll see the schedule on there, what's left of it. After that Mandeville job, Christmas night, we'll be at Rock and Bowl for our usual show.
Okay.
If we don't get raided. John Blanche is telling me if the police come, they better bring Greyhound buses to haul 2,000 people out of there.
That's awesome. Hey, I
And
might
then,
be there myself.
And then January 6th in the morning, we'll be at the Broad Theater. That's a new location, Broad and Orleans. Great location. Broad Theater. They even have an outside spot across the street, and that's for our annual giant king cake party
Oh, that's
that
cool.
we've been doing like the past, 5-10
Hey, can I-
years or so.
Can I hold you on real quick over? We got to go to break real quick. Can I hold you over to the next
Go.
segment? Okay. We'll get you back. All right, guys, we'll be back. Grab a cup of coffee, and we're going to be back. I'm Clay.
I'm hooked.
Dave. See you in a few.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Where's the money, Karen?
I'm sorry, the money?
The money you saved by having Liberty Mutual customize your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, that money. I used it to add to my collection of clown paintings. Take a look.
Amazing. Wow.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Looking for gifts for DIYers? A new year and new projects are just around the corner, so shop Lowe's for tools the pros use. Right now, save big on over 200 powerful DeWalt 20-volt max tools. And pick up an extra 2-pack of 20-volt max 3-amp-hour batteries that was $149 and is now $99. Shop in store, home on our app, and Lowe's.com, and pick up curbside for contactless service. While supplies last, valid through February 3rd, 2021. U.S. only.
Coming up tonight on WLAE TV at 6, get the latest on the Saints, Tigers, Pelicans, and more on Inside New Orleans Sports with Eric Asher. At 7, meet the people who make our city great on Greater New Orleans. And at 7:30, Issues and Faith brings home news and discussion from the Archdiocese of New Orleans. It's only on WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Watch us on Cox Channel 14, Charter Channel 11 and 711, and AT&T and Satellite Channel 32.
Sir Speedy can help with signs, labels, packaging, menus, and other printed communications to help your employees and customers feel safe. We design, print, install, or drop off everything you need, and even provide online ordering through our website, send a file, or request quote options. Visit us at SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com or call us at 504-586-9812.
And it is my prayer that in my life I can learn from Mary that when God asks me to do something that may be hard or certainly that I don't understand, I can allow my soul to rise up in obedience with the words of Mary. Be it unto me according to your word.
Join Dr. David Jeremiah for his series, Why the Nativity, next time on Turning Point.
All right, we're back, and we have Benny Grunch on, and I tell you, it's awesome to be able to have a relaxing show and where we're not so serious and we can just kind of take a break. It's Christmas, guys. Have a happy show and not be so serious. So, Benny, how you doing? And so back.
Okay,
Can you finish?
I'll finish that last thing up.
We have a guest too
King's
that
Day.
has a story for you.
King's Day, Mardi Gras, King's Day, January 6th will be at the Broad Theater. That's a new location. We used to do this at the mortuary outside front. This year, it's the Broad Theater outside Broad Street in Orleans. It's January 6th, probably about 8 a.m. until maybe noon or so. And people can come buy their king cakes. When we do it, we sell thousands of king cakes for the boss. And, of course, we have fun. And, of course, it's a real job and we get paid for it. That night, January 6th, don't tell anybody, but we play for the Funny 40 fellas every King's Day night. And that is a sight to behold. Sometimes we do it right there at Rock and Roll, and everybody's invited to come in. Tomorrow, Ponchatoula, Louisiana, Benny Grunch and the Bunch is shooting a brand new video on that new K&B song you heard with Channel 4. Just like the 12 Yachts and Santa and his Reindeer and all the other videos, we're doing a brand new one on Channel 4 Friday, and we think it might be they're going to air it maybe starting Friday night or Saturday. So I'll have another hit record. Hey, 75 years old with a hit record. A lot of people can't claim that. I'm pretty lucky.
That's pretty cool. We actually have Darcy on the line. She has a K&B story. So if you don't mind hanging tight just for a second. Darcy, how you doing?
I'm ready.
Hey, Benny, I only saw you one time at Andreas, but you are what's going to keep New Orleans alive. I'm telling you, folks, you see anything with Benny Grunch and the Bunch, pull out your debit card and buy that, okay? Because he's got it.
Thank you.
Okay, so
There's a new
I
CD
can't believe you
out
young
that's
buck,
got
you
that
don't
key
know K&B. 5 days after Katrina, my lovely neighbors took me for supplies. I was in a destroyed house with no roof. And every time I'd go, I'd see a K&B basket. And I thought, am I losing my mind? Or is that really a K&B basket? And so I told my neighbor, I said, look, there's a K&B basket over there. And he thought I had lost my mind. He thought he was going to take me to Baton Rouge because I was gone. What do you think is the most important thing I have in it's in the front of my living room. I found a K&B basket.
Absolutely.
5 days after Katrina.
That's pretty cool.
Tomorrow when we shoot that video.
It's incredible.
Benny,
you can
tomorrow
be
when we shoot that
New Orleans.
Right. Hold on one second. Go on, Benny.
Tomorrow when we shoot that video, we're going to a place in Ponchatoula that bought out everything K&B from K&B, all the store fixtures, all the signs, everything. And that will be in the video we're shooting tomorrow with Channel 4. Everything K&B this guy's got.
Whoa.
And I mean everything. He's got everything except a purple register.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. And so how can they get your videos, Dave? Oh, by the way, Darcy, thank you for calling in. And so how can they watch your videos? Is there a YouTube channel?
Okay, the best way to watch the videos, I guess there's 5 or 6 of them now, is to watch Channel 4 and let them tell you when they're going to be. Set your recorder and just record them, because me and Channel 4 made an agreement a long time ago. The videos are free to the world. You can't go buy them. You don't have to pay for them. You just copy them right off of Channel 4 for free, tape them for your friends, for anybody else that wants them. They are free and they're not for sale.
That's awesome. And you don't have a YouTube channel where you can go in and watch them on YouTube?
I would guess that people have probably recorded a bunch of them and put them on YouTube. You know, they're probably all over YouTube, really. You know, but that's free too.
Exactly. And that's great. Well, Benny, it's great to have you here today. And thank you for coming in and keep writing songs about New Orleans. And we really appreciate it. I will actually be reaching out to you very soon because I may have a gig for you.
Benny, one more thing. I want to give you the idea for another hit song. Okay. COVID.
I could always use another hit song.
COVID. You run with that.
Yeah, something on the COVID.
You're gonna just let me have that for free, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Exactly. So, hey, there we go. We get something. Maybe we might have another hit song, a COVID song coming out soon. Hint, hint, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Benny, for joining in with us, and we really appreciate you calling in, and we'll have you on hopefully after the new year. We'll talk about some other things coming up.
Okay. Thank you, Clay. Thanks,
you,
everybody.
No problem. Thank you. So, guys, getting right down to business now. We've got the fun part. Actually, we got only a few more minutes to this segment, so we'll catch everything up into the next segment. But me and Dave was in the conference room while we were waiting, and I was just playing around, and I was singing chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and Dave come up with his version of the song. So Dave.
I have an alternate version. Jack Frost roasting on an open fire, chestnuts bouncing off your nose, Yuletide carols sung off key by a choir, and icicles forming on your clothes. It goes on and on and on from there.
So Dave likes to turn down. I do the boogie shoes. I want to put on your boogie shoes, and he changes it to I want to put on your orthopedic shoes.
Well, I stole that one.
He stole that one. All right.
But here's another one. Oh, you better watch out. You better not pout. Santa Claus is gonna knock you out. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a fist and shaking it twice. He'll knock you out if you're not nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He'll seize you when you're sleeping. Your nose he's gonna break. He'll get you if you mess up once, so be good for your own sake. That's a real good thing to sing to your little kids, right?
Exactly. And so, I'm a singer. For the people that don't know it, I do a lot of performing and sing a lot, and I'm always singing around this, and Dave throws in different songs. The Boogie Shoes is the one I love the best. So a lot of times when I'm performing that song, I'll throw in the orthopedic shoes. So, all right, we got going to break, guys, in just a minute, and just guys, call in 556-9696. We're going to get the second half of this show. We're going to go right into news and talk, and Dave's going to talk about the stats, and Louis is going to talk about the lawsuit, guys. So come on, call in. We want to hear your voice. 556-9696, and we'll see you. Grab a cup of coffee, and we'll see you in a few.
Shaking her fist and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
You can hear me? Doing good. No, it sounds like almost similar to maybe a phone line, but just a little more clear.
And the chance to go home again. Every month, our Meals with Love program feeds thousands.
Other than that, it should be good. It should work out.
While our Going Home initiative sends people who are homeless
all right, man, appreciate it. Talk to you then.
across the country. You can help create a new home and hope for those who need it most.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
To see how, visit our website at www.graceatthegreenlight.org.
Batteries to power.
Now, everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
May well possess. You recognize these clips, I'll tell you, you're in the right spot right here. And everything old is new again. WGSO 990 AM. Saturday afternoons at 1 o'clock where we talk all things entertainment, pop culture. Tune in. You'll love it. Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, right here. WGSO.
Looking to make a difference in your community this year? Let New Orleans Habitat help. Volunteering with New Orleans Habitat is easy and satisfying. Help build a house, spruce up a block, or spend an afternoon selling gently used furniture, appliances, and more in our 2 Restore locations. Research shows that when you volunteer, it increases your happiness. So come on, get happy and volunteer with New Orleans Habitat. Visit habitat-nola.org to learn more.
This is David Duplantier, Dean of Christ Church Cathedral, the Episcopal Cathedral for the Diocese of Louisiana in New Orleans, inviting you to join us for our live Sunday broadcast, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on this station, as well as rebroadcast Sunday at 6 p.m., Tuesday at 8 p.m. And please look at our website, ccc.nola.org, for additional information about how we are responding to the nation's difficult days.
Louisiana Radio Network. I'm Brooke Thorington. Two brothers wanted for the shooting death of a gas station clerk in Kenner were arrested in Memphis, Tennessee. Kenner Police Chief Michael Glazer says they've been searching for 28-year-old Lamont Loggins and 29-year-old Eric Rogers since committing the cold-blooded killing on November 30th.
You know, there wasn't any underlying circumstances other than a clerk picking up an extra shift to provide for his family. Two guys come in, rob him, and ultimately shoot and kill him for zero reason.
D.C. lawmakers are increasingly confident a new roughly $900 billion COVID relief bill will soon be passed. The White House is pushing for a new round of stimulus checks in lieu of federally boosted unemployment, but Senator Bill Cassidy says this isn't a stimulus bill.
There may be a need for another stimulus. But right now, we're just trying to keep businesses afloat and trying to keep those who are unemployed able to continue to pay their rent.
LouisianaRadioNetwork.com.
Louisiana's outstanding licensed contractors that do great work. Regretfully, there are some unlicensed and unqualified scammers out there that can cost you a fortune and they never get the job done. Read your contract carefully, verify licensure, and check references. Cheap prices and promises that sound too good to be true are obvious warning signs of fraud. The Louisiana State Licensing Board of Contractors urges consumers to verify licensure before beginning a construction project. Visit lacontractor.org or download the free mobile app LA Contractor from the Android or Apple Store.
The 2021 Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward, the only thing left to add is you. Then you'll understand how life is better on a Honda. Honda recommends ATVs for riders 16 years and older and recommends that all ATV riders take a training course.
Alex Jones. I have believed from the very beginning these are real grassroots uprisings all over the Middle East, North Africa. But when the globalists came out and bragged that they were behind El Baradi and others and are trying to take credit for it, clearly they knew that these rebellions were coming, so they triggered it to make sure their people got in. So I think everybody who's been looking at this from different perspectives has been right.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones.
Weekdays at 1 on WGSO.
Hi, this is Mimi Owens.
And I'm Jeff Carrera.
And we're moving on up.
Our show, He Said, She Said, is now moving to a new time, Mondays at 5 p.m. right here on WGSO.
Check out the He Said, She Said Facebook page where you can watch us live.
Also on the TuneIn Radio app on 990 AM and, of course, WGSO.com.
We're excited to be on Drive Time where we'll continue to discuss our local and national issues.
So join us for lively banter, interesting topics, great guests, and your phone calls.
That's He Said, She Said, Mondays at 5 p.m.
AC Ambulance are the ones to talk to for all your heating and cooling needs. Call Sid, you'll be happy you did. AC Ambulance is also proud to lend a helping hand to our beloved New Orleans music community by partnering with Bougainvillea Productions and Soul Project NOLA for Fridays from the Funky Uncle. Fridays from the Funky Uncle is a free webcast live from the one-of-a-kind Mardi Gras float, the Funky Uncle Lounge, that features New Orleans musicians playing live music to raise money for the entertainment community of New Orleans that have been impacted by COVID-19. The best part is you can join in the funky fun time by simply going to www.fridaysfromthefunkyuncle.com every Friday night at 7 p.m. Coming to the Funky Uncle Lounge December 4th, Russell Batiste and Friends. December 11th, Little Freddie King, and December 18th, Chris Royal and Dark Matter. For more information on how you can support Fridays from the Funky Uncle, follow us on social media at Fridays from the Funky Uncle. For innovative, premium, energy-efficient indoor climate management solutions, make sure to contact AC Ambulance.
All right, we're back, and we're going to get straight to business here. So we're going to go with Dave. Straight up, Dave is going to come up and talk a little bit about stats and what's going on with the stats.
Well, there's not too much to report that's different. COVID is real, no question about that. But it's not the Black Plague. It's not a deadly thing in general, despite what the governor may be saying about it. The number of cases is considerably higher. When we say the number of cases, we mean the number of positive tests. Well, I also keep track of the number of tests that are done, and we're doing about twice as many tests. So, yeah, we're getting some more positives. And this time of year, people always get sick. You know, I used to be a school teacher, and there were many times where a third of my class would be out, but we didn't panic over it.
Correct.
So people are getting sick with various kinds of things, and who knows whether they're all legitimately COVID. But I'm looking at the death rate. The death rate has not gone up. Well, of course, now the death rate for every disease is 100% eventually. Everybody's going to die eventually. But the death rate attributed to COVID is not really that high. The normal amount of deaths in Louisiana every day is about 130, and that's about what we still have. So maybe we're attributing a few more of them to COVID, but the total number of deaths has not increased. The number every day that's attributed to COVID is presently about 22 or 23. And by comparison, back in April, there were about 60 people a day whose death was attributed to COVID. Yeah, there was an elevated number of deaths back then. And then it went down. It went back up somewhat in August. It went down. It's up partway up, but not even as high as it was in August. So, guys, if you get a positive COVID test, it's not a death sentence. You'll get over it. In most cases. Yeah, I know it's always a tragedy whenever any person dies, but it's just not that high a fatality rate among COVID.
Exactly. And, you know, if you listen to all the Democrats out there, you know, if you live in California and New York and you catch COVID, you're going to die.
Yeah.
If you live in of course, Louisiana with John Bel Edwards, Dictator Bel Edwards. But if you live in Mississippi, Alabama, you know, a Republican state, Texas, Florida, you catch COVID, you know, you're going to be down for 2 weeks and you back up.
The number of states joining with Texas on the lawsuit or picking sides with Texas is growing faster than COVID is in Louisiana.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, come on, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we can't stop. And as Benny was saying, you know, we can't say anything with the Christmas night at the Rock and Bowl and all these other places. I'm having a big New Year's Eve party at my house. And, I just wish Cynthia Lee Shane come to my house and tell me I can't have a New Year's Eve party. You know, she better have a warrant. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, guys, get out and support these businesses. Support these musicians. If they're playing somewhere, go. Don't worry about what Cynthia Lee Shane says or retarded Latoya the Destroyer says or any one of these Dictator Bel Edwards says.
And if you're worried, you can wear your mask, but go.
It's not just a right, it's actually a duty to fight back against unconstitutional laws.
Exactly. And Louis is our constitutional scholar. He teaches a constitutional boot camp once a month, and they're getting ready to start back up very soon, I think after the new year. And, you know, guys, get out and support these businesses. We cannot let these idiots stop us and continue to destroy this country and destroy these businesses. You know what's happening. I mean, they're killing America. They're killing Louisiana jobs. They're killing us. And as long as people stay scared and frightened and think that they're going to die if they get around somebody that coughs. I mean, of course, I walked into Walmart the other day and I passed a lady and she puts a jacket over her head because I'm not wearing a mask.
Are you sure that's why she put the jacket over her head?
And she kept on doing it every time I passed. She thought I was going to, she thinks I'm going to give her the cooties or something. And I even said it, woman, if you're that scared, then, you know, you shouldn't be
out in public.
Right.
Exactly. So, you know, it's just, we can't keep doing this, guys. We can't let them put us in another shutdown. We just can't. And if we allow them to put us in another shutdown, then America is going to cease to exist. Let's take some calls before we actually talk about the Texas thing real quick. Matthew's been on hold for a very long time. Matthew,
welcome to the show, Matthew.
oh, hold on, we got to give him a second real quick so he can transfer. Hold on once. Phone's down, so we can't. All right, our phones are down. So, guys, if you're on hold, we're waiting to find out what's going on. Please be patient if we're going to try to get you on. So let's talk about what's going on with the Texas lawsuit and with the Supreme Court. Why our producers working on that?
Well, first of all, Texas is suing, saying that their voters are disenfranchised by the cheating or irregularities of the other 6 states. Particularly like Pennsylvania, who arbitrarily changed the rules and the laws, or not the laws, but the rules right before, and allowing voters to be able to sign absentee ballots without verified signatures, without the things that their state constitution says has to be signed.
So
they weren't even following their own laws.
Who has the authority to set the policies for voting in every state?
By the Constitution, the state's legislatures,
Not the governor, not the Secretary of State.
not the Secretary of the State. The Secretary of State is like the executive branch of the elections, where it carries out the laws. It doesn't make the laws.
So I think the thrust is that those 4 states didn't follow the procedures set out by their legislatures, right?
Actually, I think it's up to 6 states, isn't it?
Oh, well, at least 4 that Texas sued.
Well, right now, currently, there's 39 states are picking the sides in Texas Supreme Court election challenge.
Yeah.
So it's definitely shows that it's something that the Supreme Court needs to, because they are part of the Supreme Court, according to the Constitution, is to decide disputes between states.
Yeah. One of the things that I was puzzled about way back when Huck had said that she thought this was going to be decided by the House of Representatives. I said, how could that be? Because there's an odd number of electors in the Electoral College. Well, yeah, that is generally true, except it was just pointed out to me that if the Supreme Court says that those 4 states chose their electors by a process that violates the Constitution, the Supreme Court can say, nope, those 4 states don't count. Then neither one gets a majority. Then it does go to the House of Representatives.
Correct. I believe that's the way it is. Because that would push it to where I think Trump has, 239? And
but neither one would have a majority. So the House of Representatives is
right.
is
Well, it's not so much neither one would have a majority, because it doesn't. The majority would be just one vote. It doesn't say a super majority or whatever.
Exactly.
It could be just one vote. So Trump would have one vote, but then they would say, okay, you disenfranchise in those 6 states. So by that, they would have to actually push it to the House of Representatives.
So people are not really clear on the Electoral College. It was set forth in the Constitution, then it was modified somewhat, but there is a plan B built into the Constitution, and twice presidents have been elected by the House of Representatives because neither side got a majority.
Exactly. What you look at, let's look at, all right, Biden has 306. Trump has 232. So Pennsylvania, because the disenfranchised, that would be minus 20. So 306 minus 20 would be what? We're going to pull that up real quick. Dave would know.
286.
So that's 286. Okay, then Michigan minus 16.
270.
Wisconsin, it would be 10.
260, not a majority.
Exactly. Well, he still has more votes than Trump. So wait, then 16 from Georgia.
Yeah, so I don't know what, 244, but it's not a majority of the Electoral College.
Right, hold on. 244. All right, and then less Arizona would be 11.
Well, okay, are they a party to this lawsuit?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know.
That's one of the 6 states. So 244 minus 11.
Oh, 233.
All right, 233, and then Nevada. Nevada is another one, so minus 6.
Okay, 227.
So it's 227. So 227. So a majority is
270.
Well, that's what they say. Nobody,
if you count all the electors from the 6 states, but if you drop in those 6 states, do you lower the?
Yeah, that's a question for the Supreme Court to decide.
Right. Well, it doesn't say in the Constitution 270 is the number. So who made that number up? Anybody knows?
It's just the majority of the electoral.
Yeah, but a
college.
majority. Okay, so all right, this is the way you got to look at this. All right, if I got 100 pennies, I remove 15 pennies that have marks on them. The other 85 pennies is the majority.
Well, let's make it even simpler than that. Look at the Senate right now.
All right, guys, we got to go to break. We'll be right back, and we're going to pick this conversation up in just a second.
But she says the pledge of allegiance anyway. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the bar. Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spend a little more in the store for a tag in the back. It says you.
Hi, this is Kate Delaney from America Tonight. The show kicks on at midnight, and I'm loving the overwhelming support in New Orleans. What a group of fantastic listeners here on WGSO 990 AM. Join me every morning to catch up on what I call the buzz in your backyard and mine. You'll hear some of the most interesting people on the planet from the world of business, politics, sports, and, well, just intriguing people with a story to tell. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number plenty of times on the air. Let's agree to meet at midnight right here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your car insurance with Right Track, which rewards you for safe driving.
As the world's most careful driver, that's perfect. Now applying 2 pounds of force for acceleration.
You really
turning in 0.3 miles and begin deceleration.
With Liberty Mutual's Right Track, you could earn up to 30% savings based on how you drive. Sign up at libertymutual.com/righttrack.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Discount on participating vehicles, base coverages only. Availability varies.
Looking for gifts for DIYers? A new year and new projects are just around the corner, so shop Lowe's for tools the pros use. Right now, save big on over 200 powerful DeWalt 20-volt max tools. And pick up an extra 2-pack of 20-volt max 3-amp-hour batteries that was $149 and is now $99. Shop in store, home on our app, and Lowe's.com, and pick up curbside for contactless service. While supplies last. Valid through February 3rd, 2021. U.S. only.
Are you looking for the right title company to handle your real estate closing? Crescent Title has the expertise it takes to assure that every closing goes smoothly so that you can have peace of mind. Whether you're a first-time buyer or an experienced homeowner, buying a new home can be an exciting but sometimes overwhelming process. Crescent Title has been leading the title industry in the New Orleans area since 2003. With 6 locations, we are sure to have an office that's convenient to you. Call our ready-to-help staff at 504-866-5151. We are ready to assist you throughout the closing process.
This is Jason Pippinger, your local lender. With rates being historically low, take advantage of this market and give my team and I a call at 504-800-5073, or you can direct message me on my business Facebook page at Jason Pippinger Prime Lending. Let us work for you to get you into that perfect home. Jason Pippinger with Prime Lending. Who dat?
Social Security is with you through life's journey from birth to retirement. As your life changes year to year, so do your needs. For over 80 years, Social Security has helped to meet your needs and is committed to improving access to the services that make a difference in your life. Today, you can verify your earnings, estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, manage your benefits, and even change your address, all from the comfort of your home. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
So will I stand up?
All right, we're back, and of course, we were talking about real quick.
We were talking about the Texas and the what is a
I'm having a
majority?
Biden moment. Yeah, what is a majority, guys? And so we were kind of debating on the background what a majority. A majority is whoever has the highest number. So I mean, if you got 100, okay, so and say they remove 25 of those people. There's 75 people. So say 50 of them are for Trump and 25 for Biden, then Trump would win. And I'm just throwing some numbers there. That's the majority. That's what majority means.
Simple majority.
It's a simple majority. Now, if you're looking at, if you have to have they set a certain number, but there's nowhere in the Constitution that states that they have to have set that. That's somebody else. 12th Amendment.
It's actually somewhat set to have based on the states and stuff like that. So it is somewhat set. It's just not set in stone at 270.
Right. It's a majority, and a majority would be if Trump, 513, you divide them by 2, and if Trump would have one more versus, then
that's a simple majority.
That's the majority, and so we're going to take the phone lines, and Matthew, we have on the line. Sorry about that. We had some issues on, but we're back now, and Matthew.
Go fast now. On Dinesh D'Souza's YouTube channel, it's them two really. There is a thing where it says that he's taking Dr. Fauci to task. He actually is discussing the use of ivermectin as both a treatment and a prophylaxis, and how the CDC is they're not getting in the way, but they're doing their best to tamp down anybody's expectations that this works. It's kicking COVID butt all over the world, but if you speak English, apparently that's now a comorbidity.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So there is that. And then there's this bit of hopium that Mark Levin's guest host said yesterday. Like, did anybody notice that all of the recent changes that have been made in the cabinet or at the Department of Defense and not the Department of Justice?
Okay.
Okay.
I have no idea what that means.
No,
I don't know why this guy decided to say this, but
right. I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I couldn't explain to you where that come from.
At any rate, go check out the Senate hearing with Rand Paul talking about with the doctors about ivermectin.
Okay.
It's definitely worth listening to.
All right, we'll definitely check that out and listen to it. Well, Matthew, thank you for your time and calling in, and we'll appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. Of course, I just want to read this real quick before we get to Jennifer. The majority rule. The principle is the greater number should exercise greater power. That's the definition. It's a noun. Now, the definition of majority is a number that is greater than half of a total, a number of votes that is more than the half of the total number. The group or party that is greater part of a large group. So again, they're 270. Where they come up with that 270? That's not half.
That's greater than half.
Okay, that's greater than half.
There are 538 electors. 270 is one more than half.
Okay, so then that's where it would come. But if you remove those electors, then they would have to do half of. That's
possibly. That's something the Supreme Court would have to decide.
Exactly, or go back to
or say that there's not enough and push it to the House of Representatives.
Exactly,
which I believe is the proper thing they should do.
And I agree on that. So, and we'll decide. This election is not over, guys. So, Jennifer, you there? Let's take Jennifer on a call.
Hey.
How you doing, Jennifer?
I'm doing all right. We've definitely felt. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
We've definitely felt the impacts of the COVID restrictions here in Plaquemines during this runoff between our dinosaur DA that we've had since 1970, who he wants the toll bridge for our tiny little parish, and he wants a diversion. Well, the runoff was December 5th. Half of our parish was on lockdown and quarantined. It's like 275 people, 3 schools.
Right.
So the state just was tracing the, individuals that tested positive. Apparently, they all went to an event, a wedding, or something.
Right.
But they did not have an option or an alternate to vote. So we had a historically low voter turnout, which ended up being that a 14 vote difference between. We're stuck with the dinosaur for right now. We went back to ballet, but the problem is today was the recount, and there was all types of different ways that they were trying to collect these mail-in ballots that just were not it wasn't sufficient at all. Different mailboxes. One wasn't even a locked mailbox. And then just the majority didn't vote at all because the state was tracing them and telling them to stay home and self-quarantine. And they signed affidavits that they wanted to vote, but they were told to stay home. Hopefully, the candidate that is now 14 votes behind, hopefully he files suit, because they definitely wanted their right to vote. They just were denied it in their mind.
Exactly. And that's kind of the same way what's happening in the presidential election. And you're seeing a lot of this happening. And even though Plaquemines is pretty much a Republican town, I mean, it's happening in a Republican Party. It's not just, and that's why a lot of these Republicans are not pushing the investigation into the fraud, because it's not just Democrats. It's happening in the Republican Party, you know, as we speak. Jennifer, thank you for calling in, and we really appreciate your call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, you know, yes, this is happening all over, and this is why you're not hearing from the Republican Party on this. A lot of them are silent. Your legislators, your congressmen, I'm not legislators, your House of Representatives and Congress. Well, that's Congress, and senators. I'll get it out. Are not. You don't hear from them. They're silent on this because they know that it's going to trail back to them at the end of the day.
A lot of that you got to blame on rhinos. Don't want to put themselves in one position or another.
Yes. Well, you know, rhinos are nothing but Democrats in the wolf's clothes.
But they don't want to peel off the clothing to show that they're
exactly. Bill Cassidy's one of them, and you know, it's just we have a lot of them that are wanting to be, they say they're Republicans, but they're really not. They're traitors. Mitt Romney, John McCain, may he burn in hell.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
you know, I'm sorry.
We don't
He
agree
was a
with
veteran. As a fellow veteran, I got to take up for him on that one.
Yeah, John Bell. I mean, not John Bell. John McCain. John McCain's a traitor. And you know, that man is not a veteran.
He's a traitor to the party, not the states.
And he traded to the country too, because of what he did. That whole prisoner of war POW was all about. It was about his political agenda. It wasn't about him becoming, being an actual prisoner of war. It was his dad was, you got to look back at his whole story.
I know the story behind it, but
so guys, we got 1 minute, guys, and less than 1 minute now. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in again for another edition of Liberty Lockdown. I'm Clay.
I'm Lou Nolans.
And I'm Dave.
In for Huck, of course. Lou Nolans is in for Huck. And we'll see you guys next week. And grab a cup of coffee next week and join us at the same time. See you then.
Yes, there's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe. And there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free.
Hi, this is Barbara Hirsch Napolitano. Join Tracy Napolitano and I every Friday from 5 to 6 on WGSO 990 AM for It's Always Better with Bourbon. Need a great bourbon recipe for the weekend? Want to know what the newest best bourbon is? You want to hear what a master distiller does? Those are some of the things we're going to be talking about. So join us every Friday, 5 to 6. We'll see you there.
American Ground Radio is headed to New Orleans, the Big Easy, the Crescent City, the birthplace of jazz. Gnarl and y'all every day. More and more.